I'm more of a newer tripper for Dua Lipa, but she do got jams. The problem with her previous songs is that they were super catchy, but sounded a bit like overly polished plasticine music for Spotify ads, but I knew she was lining up a better shot. I knew if her hip joints weren't collapsing anytime soon, neither would her potential. Cue Future Nostalgia, an album so sleek and smart that quite frankly every song on it might as well be the satisfying crack of a baseball bat as it swings against that spherical cowhide missile. A track list of home runs, I'm trying to say. Big whoop whoop to Ryan, who said each song could have been a single. It just has that much star power without getting too complacent and sticking to one type of thing. As you would expect from an album called Future Nostalgia, Dua Lipa views modern pop music through nostalgia goggles, like that scene in They Live, but if all the billboards had Donna Summer posters instead. It reaches out to touch upon electrofunk and disco while still remaining true to a sparkly, modern dance music attitude that gives it the ability to reach people that aren't music nerds too. It has the poppy bass lines, the synth sounds that made me wish I had a keyboard with me right now, even that little strings thing, you know the thing, the doodle. It's got such a smooth blend between all sensibilities of the past and now, almost to the point where the two nearly don't feel very different from each other at all. Just listening to how the EDM type drop on Don't Start Now is flavored with an irresistible bass lick.
Don't show up, don't come out, don't start caring about me now.
There's a lot of confidence in suggesting that this is the kind of music we'll look back on in the future and feel nostalgic about. Perhaps that would be likelier if some songs didn't hug that retro pastiche so tightly. The songs on here with the most likely staying power achieve more than just hump the history books. Dua Lipa has such a great attitude though, I've realised. She strikes me as the sort of narrator who knows what she wants, and clearly she knows what I want too because she's given me a good album in the process. The hard stomp of Cool, the space race theme of Physical, the 2000s Madonna/Kylie incarnation of Hallucinate. It's all hard to resist coming back to it, but what about the songs that aren't so future-headed with their sounds? Well, Good in Bed, armed with one of the nuttiest and catchiest pop hooks I've heard in a long time.
I know it's really bad, messing with my head.
It's something that I can't get out of my head, but that's kind of fine. It's a fun song, but it's hard for me not to think of the lyrics as sad. Not sad as in pathetic, but sad as in, sad, like actually sad. She's aware of how lust finds itself the driving force of so many romantic relationships, and when they fall apart by lack of everything else that makes a human connection typically work, it exposes that the hunger for sex is the only thing that is truly keeping them together anymore. The admission that things between her and her lover aren't good, probably even toxic, but they're still staying together just to fuck. Now, for the case of Boys Will Be Boys, I just like the song. The song I think is nice. Future Nostalgic is fun, but it's not just fun. It's fun that takes itself seriously enough to be long-lasting fun. Serious fun. Now isn't that profound, found?